Hello, everyone. You see my little dog back here, Billy? She's looking out the window. Welcome, everyone, to Angels in Action. It is just me here, Larkin, today, although Susie could pop on. I hope that she does. Please forgive my ticker banner down here today. I accidentally deleted the one that Susie and I put together, so it only has my information on it. It does not have Susie's, but I'm also not broadcasting to any of Susie's pages or groups in that today, since she's not in here with us. So anyway, on the banner, you'll see my contact information if you guys would like to schedule a reading or see what events either I have or that she and I are sharing. Let's see, my website's also on there, but it is supposed to have Susie's information as well and our YouTube website on it. So we will fix this banner for the next time that we are on together. I did not have time to do that before we got on today because I'm also doing live readings at 4 p.m. today. So I need to get on with you so I can make my other broadcasts as well. Welcome to Angels in Actions, my friend. My name is Larkin, and Susie Antara is usually joining us. We're here with you every week, usually at noon EDT on Monday, or which is 5 BST, British Standard Time for Susie. On here, it's called Angels in Action, and we talk about angels, spirit guides. We basically discuss, answer questions, and do readings from spirit. So we're doing spiritual and metaphysical work, and we bring practical wisdom from spirit to you through discussion, questions and answers, and live online readings. Okay, so hi Natalie, welcome from Canada. I love it when you all share where you're from. I think that is fantastic. And I want to apologize for not being with you last week. Actually, last week, I was getting ready to get on here, and I got a phone call from someone who I board with, and one of my horses was colicking. Those of you that don't know what that is, it's very serious. It has to do with the horse's intestine. And if I had not called the vet in, I would have lost a horse. So that took about a week for us I actually stayed up 48 hours at the barn with my horse. He had to be hydrated. He had to have his stomach pumped. We had all sorts of stuff going on. So it was a life-saving rescue mission. So that is why I was not here. Happy Canada Day. Welcome. That's awesome, Natalie. Fantastic. So thank you for joining us, and welcome, and thank you for joining us to all of those of you joining us on the replay. Again, we're sorry we missed you last week, but here we are today. I'm going to light some incense as usual. I do have another broadcast at 4, so I'll only be on with you today until about 3:30. But nonetheless, we're going to be talking about and with spirit, and you guys can ask whatever questions that you want. One of the things that Susie and I really focus on here is building your own confidence and your own awareness of your own abilities to actually connect with spirit. Maybe I'll leave this here. This looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Anyway, your own abilities to connect with spirit and to build your confidence in doing that. Actually, we want you guys to understand that you also have the capacity, the natural ability, and come with your own connection and cosmic wisdom. So we want you to know that you guys have that as well. That's one of the reasons Susie and I started doing this broadcast together. We really want to build people's awareness and confidence. Looks real cool with the smoke coming out, doesn't it? I'm trying to get that just right for you. Yeah, I should put it on this side. We really want you guys to be able to create that awareness and build that confidence for yourself, okay? Readers are great, but we don't want you guys to have to be able to depend on us. We want you to know how to trust your own intuition and your own instincts and be able to do that with confidence, okay? So, the other thing is, guys, and you'll hear me say this a lot, it's also about applying these things practically, right? So what good is a reading? What good is a metaphysical discussion or learning things if you're not going to be able to apply them practically? That's really, really important. So one of the things Susie and I try to do is show you how to practice them practically how to not just run off and feel like, okay, uh, these are the problems I'm having in my life. These are the answers that came through from spirit, and then realize there's no connection. But to actually understand that you are a part of your spirit team and that there's a role you have to play, whether it be what spirit's guiding you not to do, guiding you to do. How do you tell the difference between your thoughts and your ego, which is what I work on with my coaching clients? How do you distinguish between your intuition and your thoughts? What is spirit and what is you? All that sort of great stuff. So just, these types of things are important. And these are also the types of things that spirit wants you to know and understand. Because if you can't walk away from a live like this, or from a reading, or from a metaphysical or spiritual course or mastermind, and it doesn't have an practical impact in your life, what good is that? Okay. So, after all, that's why we do these things, right? And one of the reasons I dropped out of psychology and got into coaching was because of that same thing. There were limitations in psychology that I personally couldn't do to help people transform and manifest things moving forward. Obviously, it depends on your situation. That's not universally true, but it can be, right? We have to be able to not just go in and complain about our past or share our past and continue to go over it. We have to actually be able to take the information, whether it be practical cognitive mindset work, which I also do, or whether it be, metaphysical messages from spirit or our own intuition. That has to create some sort of change in our thinking, in our choices, in our belief system, in our healing process. Okay. So that's what Susie and I are here to do with you. We're here to make metaphysical and spiritual wisdom practical and applicable for you, and to help you see that you have a part in it. You can't just sit passively and be like, oh, if I get a reading from spirit, everything's going to be fixed. There are no quick fixes. It does not happen like this. Everything is a process. And spirit actually tries to share that. I find that gets lost, not to put any readers down, but this gets lost a lot, I find, with spiritual and metaphysical teachers and readers. This gets lost somehow. I don't know if they miss it. Somehow it gets lost in translation. But spirit is very practical, actually. Spirit is very matter of fact. Spirit is not oogie boogie, smushy, softy. It's kind, it's gentle, it's loving, but it is practical. And I feel like in a lot of readings and teachings that this gets lost, because when you're truly dealing with a spiritual or metaphysical teaching or lesson, it can be quite harsh, actually. It's very grounded, it's very practical. Even though it's coming from spirit, it's practical and it's no nonsense. Spirit is consciousness. It's not ego. Ego is drama. So spirit doesn't sugarcoat things. It will be kind and loving, but spirit doesn't sugarcoat things. Okay. The sugarcoating comes from our egoic mind, from a reader wanting to please someone or not lose a client, or people not wanting to piss people off, or not wanting to hurt people's feelings. Spirit isn't worried about that, because spirit is into truth. So although spirit will always be kind, it's very practical. And that's another thing that Susie and I try to share with you on here. We share the messages exactly as they come through, and we bring through the practical application part. Okay. So I think this is really important. I also want to remind you guys, and I should have put it on the banner, the next Meet Your Spirit Guides event is July 27th. This past Saturday, we had the most amazing experience. We had a beautiful group of people that wanted to meet their spirit guides. Each and every one of them met their spirit guides. The spirit guides come through in this event at whatever level you're ready to meet them, and it takes it to the next level from what you've already known of them. Each one of these events, it gets better and better. Every time I do a Meet Your Spirit Guides, it's more amazing. And the thing that I want to remind you guys of is that this event was not my idea. Meet Your Spirit Guides was Spirit's idea. It was Spirit Guides' idea, and they asked me to do it because I've been working very closely with spirit guides and angels my whole life. So anyway, if you guys think you want to do that, I'm only taking 10 people per month, and I've not updated the date yet. I will do that later today. You can find it on my Larkin Psychic Medium page or on larkinsreadings.com. It's first come, first serve. You have to register for it. It's $40 for 2 hours, which is cheap. I mean, most people I look up to that are doing readings now are charging over 200 American dollars. And this is 2 hours of getting to meet your spirit guides. So anyway, if you're interested in that, it's going to be from 11 a.m. EDT to 1 p.m. EDT, which is 4 p.m. BST to 6 p.m. BST for those of you in the UK. And I don't know where it is for other people in the world. You guys can do the translation, but it's 2 hours, and you get the opportunity to meet them. You learn how to connect with them. You get messages from them. You learn how to identify, how to determine whether it's you or them, or whether it's spirit guides or angels or somebody else. We answer all those questions, and then I send you off with your personal best ways to connect with them that your spirit guides share with you, as well as how to continue to increase your connection with those spirit guides. So if you want to do that or know anyone that wants to do that, that will be July 27th, only 10 people. I'm only taking 10 people this month. The other thing is, guys, I am so excited. I've had this Awakening Your Intuition group, and hi, Kaz, welcome. And it really wasn't working too well because I was either having people really wanting to come in and then wanting to get out of it because they were very impatient and they wanted to just come in and talk, or it didn't have Reiki, or it didn't have astrology when they wanted it, or whatever it was. People come in and they judge very quickly, and this is how they don't learn. This is how they miss out. Or I had people coming in that just wanted to talk the whole hour. I'm not there as a counseling session. That's not what the group is for. The group is to, and I'm creating a program now for this. The group is for those of you who want to build confidence in your spiritual and metaphysical connections and awareness, for those of you who want to create your personal spiritual power and to learn about metaphysics and how to apply it personally. So whether you want to learn astrology, or you want to strengthen your intuition, or you want to learn how to connect with nature or animals, or you want to connect with angels, or you want to connect with spirit guides, you want to be able to interpret your dreams or understand your animal guides. We do a little bit of each of this. And the whole idea of the group was to give you an hour or two every week for low cost, where you could come in and you had me all to yourself for that time, where you could pick my brain and you could connect with spirit, and you could check in with me on the things that you were questioning or studying or confused about, or experiences you were having, or things you were worried about. Maybe it was something you felt was paranormal, and get real authentic answers, guidance, and support with a group of people that was like-minded, that were also kind and conscious and wanted to do the same thing. It was not meant to be a gabbing group where we just went in and shared our problems and just chatted. It's meant to be for learning and growing. So what I'm going to do is I'm adding a whole bunch of structure to the group. And in August, I will be opening an online course called Awakening Your Intuition. You will have to purchase the online course, and then you get to join the mastermind group. This is how I can ensure it's going to be serious people that are wanting to invest in themselves and their growth in a community. Again, this year I've tried to pull everything down, so everything was like free and low cost. And not only is that becoming very hard for me because this is my business and I really can't afford to do it, but what I'm finding is, again, when I was coaching high ticket clients, they only invested if they were interested. And then I got the most serious people. So what I'm doing is, although this is a very, very low cost program, I am going to be doing discovery calls with people to make sure they are a good match. People can purchase it will be a very low cost program, but you will have all of the modules and the workbooks and the videos that I'm going to put into this, and you can go through it at your own pace. And it'll be a 90-day program, and you're going to be able to then join us once a week in the mastermind to answer questions and have the lesson that I present that week. Okay. So if you or anyone you know is interested in that, It's going to be called Awakening Your Intuition, the Metaphysical Sampler, and each module is going to be something new and fun. So one will be astrology. This is all intros to things: astrology, intro to crystals, intro to readings, intro to strengthening your intuition, intro to dreams, intro to animal guides. There'll be all these fun modules in this program, and it'll be a tiny taste of each of these metaphysical areas. And in the mastermind, I'm going to help you get real clear of what is the fake stuff that's out there, what is the real authentic stuff that's out there, and how to safely and powerfully use these metaphysical tools in your own life. Okay. So anyway, it's a lot less cost than my mindset program, but it's a good way for us to connect and you to get authentic support that you need. And it's going to be really like 10 times less what I should be charging for it. But if you really want it, then you'll find the money to do it. And if you don't, then you're not a good match for the program. But it'll give a lot more people the opportunity to do this. Okay. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. So anyway, guys, we've talked about my horses. We've talked about the Meet Your Spirit Guides event. We've talked about the Awakening Your Intuition program that I'm going to be having, and all that great stuff. So I'm not going to be on here super long today because I have an hour of live readings at 4 in Veronica Jenkins' group. So we'll be doing that. Great to see you too, Michelle. You can go back and listen to the beginning of this. I was sharing about my horse last week. It was really, I had to work with my personal clients, one-on-one clients, and I was trying to save my horse's life. So that's why you guys didn't see me last week. But I'm back and bold. So here we are today talking about all this great stuff. So, guys, speaking of my horse and having to save my horse, I want to remind you guys, we'll be back this Friday with Furball Friday if you have animal readings or questions that you want to do. But, we can always talk about animals on here too. But I want to remind you guys that, non-human animals, things are always working out for us, right? We always have our spirit guides and our angels and everything with us. But keep in mind that, so do animals. Plants, trees, rocks, they're all sentient. Okay. Trees and plants are sentient beings, just like non-human animals. And I say that because we are animals too. You're either a plant or an animal. And despite the world is trying to eliminate science at this point, we need it. We need it to survive. We need it to understand the world. Science and spirituality are actually not mutually exclusive. They just haven't met yet in human awareness. In human consciousness, most people have not made that link or connection yet. But if humanity survives over the next 1,000 years or so, it will begin to really make that connection. We're starting to, but people are kind of ignoring it. So let's cross our fingers that that doesn't happen. But we will be back with Furball Friday, this Friday. But, as I watched my horse struggle through his colic this week, I was reminded of perfect timing, how things are not only working out for us individually, they're working out for us as families. They're working out for us as couples. They're working out for us as parents and children. They're working out for us as non-human animals. They're working out for us in our partnership with these non-human animals. And as I watched my horse, normally I am there earlier at the barn, and I was going to, I was going to do the Angels in Action last Monday when he colicked, and I was about to do that, and I got this phone call from my fellow boarder at the barn, and I had to show up there, and I had to, rescue my horse. I called the vet and I got there about the same time. But one of my boarders one of my fellow boarders just so happened to come to the barn, and she saw him and that he was colicking, and she saved his life. She got him out. She walked him around. You have to keep horses walking when they're colicking. She walked him for an hour and a half until my other barn boarder friend got there, and then I got there, and then the vet got there, and they kept him alive until the vet arrived. And it was a team effort, but there was divine timing, guys, that's always going on. There was divine timing going on for my horse. It was not just for us. It was going on for my horse. And that's really a beautiful thing, to know that he also has angels looking out for him. and other souls and spirits looking out for him individually, guiding me in my intuition, putting, getting vets in place at just the right time. The timing was perfect for that, because if none of that had happened exactly the way it did on Monday, I might no longer have my horse. Okay. So we really have to, the animals are already present in the moment. So they don't have to work so hard to trust, right? Because they're already there, they're already present. We as human beings, we have to work hard to trust, because we have learned from our egos individually and collectively not to trust. Okay, we have learned to fear, and that comes from ego, right? It's a survival instinct, yes, but we keep ours perpetuated, just like animals once they've had like a trauma, right? Once they've gone through a trauma or they've been abused, it takes them a while to go back and learn to trust. We have to learn to trust that things are always working out for us. Animals don't cognitively think, oh, things are not working out for me. So they don't have to work through that cognitive work there. Yes, Michelle, a miracle. Yes, because when we are present, miracles can happen, right? And so, there were definitely energies looking out for him, looking out for his soul and his well-being. And in holding space, in trusting, in allowing, we can, we have to walk through things one step at a time. And I think on this broadcast in particular, it's so important to remind people that everything is a process, because, with my mindset clients, it's easy to remind people everything is a process, right? They don't like that either, but it's easy to remind them. When I'm on here with those of you that are coming for spiritual and metaphysical work, there can be a challenge there when we're talking about a process, because when we're doing readings or we're talking to spirit, we oftentimes dump that responsibility onto God, source, spirit, or our angels or our spirit guides. And we forget we have to take responsibility, right? With my coaching clients, that's what we're talking about. How do they change their mindset? How do they take radical responsibility? Understanding their brain and nervous system, and how do they make different choices? But when people get on for a reading, a lot of times I find there's a subconscious belief that, okay, well, if I get a reading from my angels or my spirit guides or my loved ones, everything's going to be fixed. They're going to tell me what's going to happen. And so we forget that, we sort of forget we have a part and we have to do something. People will get a reading and they kind of sit there and then they go out passively. Or if they don't get the answer they want, they just go to reader after reader after reader. And, the truth is you are the one that chose to come into physical form. Your spirit guides chose to be your spirit guides with you, to commit to you for your whole life. Your angels are there for you, committed to you for your whole life. But you're a part of that team. You are the physical part, and you are the only physical part. So you're the only one with the ego and the brain and the nervous system. And so you actually have the hard work, and you chose it. And it's your angels and your spirit guides. It's their job to be with you and encourage you and help you remember who you are, and, help you with that side that you're forgetting and you're not in touch with, and how to apply it practically. It's not their job to just, say to you, okay, everything's fine or everything's not fine. This is what's going to happen. This isn't what's going to happen. How do you think that what's going to happen or isn't going to happen is going to happen? Don't you think you have a part in that? Sure you do. You're not in charge of all of it, but you also can't just sit back and just, wait for things to happen and things to be predicted, because you are a part of that prediction. And the irony is, for me, I'll get to your messages, Michelle. Hi, Tammy. You love the Meet Your Spirit Guides workshop. Awesome. Yay. I will wait for your testimonial, Tammy, because I want to share that with people. I've only done a few of these, and people need to know what it's like so that they can meet their spirit guides too. I can't wait to finish up on our discovery call with you, Tammy. I'll be getting back to you probably later tonight or tomorrow. So let's see. Let's see. Hold on. I want to star this, Tammy. I want to Natalie says, wow, that's very powerful. I'm a part of my spirit team. Yes, you are. And this is why, guys, I'm creating this Awakening Your Intuition metaphysical sampler course, because through learning all these different aspects of the metaphysical and starting to remember who you are spiritually, you will start to remember and understand your place in your spirit team. Okay. And what I find is readers and teachers and clients and students and audiences tend to just have this idea, they don't mean to. Hi, Ward, welcome. They just seem to get this idea that, like, okay, I if I get a prediction, I'm going to find out what's going to happen or what I need to do. And that is most powerful when you remember and understand your place and your role as a member of your spirit team, because you're such a significant part. You're the most significant part because you're the one that chose to incarnate here right now. So if you're just sitting passively and waiting for predictions and hoping and wishing and praying, A, that's the right mindset. No, wrong mindset. B, you're not in your center of power for manifesting and creating. And you are the one that has to make the choices. You are the one whose vibration changes everything. So when you do that, what you do is you put yourself in a very weak place, not a place of empowerment where your guides can support you. Your intuition always matches your guidance from your spirit guides. It will always match that. So if it's something other than that, then it is your egoic mind, which will pull you in the opposite direction. This is something I talk about with my coaching clients and that I do more in depth. We will also do in the Awakening Your Intuition program. Okay. Let's see. Tammy says, take her wonderful workshop. Your mind will be blown. Yes. Thank you, Tammy. Well, when I get your testimonial, Tammy, I will post it on my website so people can see. It really is amazing. And you were such an honor to have join us. What I find, guys, is that at least for me, the right people end up signing up for my courses and classes and events. And we had the most special group for Meet Your Spirit Guides on Saturday. Like, it was just, it was the right combination of people. And it was amazing. So thank you for that, Tammy. I love that. I can't wait to see your whole testimonial. It'll be awesome. Let's see. This is an interesting point. Michelle says, you don't always like the timing. Yeah. So we don't always like the timing of things. But interestingly enough, one of the things I go over with my coaching clients is the fact that you're actually one of the biggest factors in determining your timing, the timing of things. A lot of the timing of things has to do with, are you ready? When are you ready for it? What is your frequency? What is your mindset? What choices have you gotten out of your comfort zone to make, and which ones haven't you? And all these things determine timing. Also, the more we are waiting for things and measuring the timing and wanting things and feeling the lack of it, the slower the timing is. For things to work more quickly and easily for us, and again, this is something I go over with my mindset coaching clients, we want to be more lighthearted. We want to take things less seriously. We want to find the humor in things. We want to take ourselves more lightheartedly. We want to trust that things are working out for us. These are all factors I teach my coaching clients, but these are all factors that actually speed things up. Whereas when we stress, when we worry, when we're anxious about the timing, when we think things aren't happening fast enough, when we want things to happen quickly, when we're complaining about it, these are all things that slow it down. And interestingly enough, spirit teaches the same thing as what is necessary with the mindset work. Why? Because they're here to support you as a member of your spirit team. And as the one in physical form, you are the one that has to make the tough choices that say yay or nay. You are the one that makes the tough choices that says make it or break it. You are the one that makes the outside the comfort zone choices that elevates your frequency. So guess what? It's a match to what you want. So boom, it can manifest. Okay. and things don't always manifest the way that we want them to manifest. Oftentimes they will, you know, oftentimes they'll happen a decade later when we're really ready, right? And then we're like, what? This is what I wanted 10 years ago. That's happened to me, I don't know how many times. And it's not that you're a sucky manifester. It's not that I was a poor manifester. Some of this happened after I became a manifesting queen. It was that things are always working out for me. There was a right time for things. There was a time that other people were ready and circumstances were ready. There was a time that I was ready, right? And I wasn't always a match for the things I wanted at the time I initially wanted them. This is an interesting point, Michelle. Sometimes a warning signs to help. Yes, absolutely. So, you know, when we, and this is again something we talk about in coaching, but spirit shares the same message. When we're having things that we don't like happen, or we have habits of things that, you know, we're scared about or we're stressed about, or they keep seeming to go wrong, those are oftentimes, they're either stalling us from something worse happening in order to actually keep us in alignment. And we think they're mistakes or errors or things not going our way, when actually they're things to stall us for the right thing. Or they're warning signs for something, right? They're heads up about something. There are spirit guides don't make those things happen, but oftentimes it's the universe, it's our higher self asking for signs when we don't even realize it, saying, okay, are we headed in the right direction? I don't like to use that term. Or not the right direction, right? Let's see. Yes, that's what you're talking about, Michelle. Awesome. Yes. And acceptance, yeah, we have to accept things where they are so that we can move forward. If you guys got on my psychic medium page today, you'll see the card that I drew for everyone was forgiveness. And spirit comes through a lot and talks about forgiveness. The spirit guides will guide you through forgiveness and bring that up and urge you to do that. But the angels really energetically work to help you create and understand forgiveness on a whole new level. It's because our egoic idea of forgiveness is very limiting, right? It tells us that if we forgive, that we're condoning someone or something or circumstance, that we're saying it's okay, that we're going to let it happen again, that we're not changing it. And nothing could be farther from the truth. Forgiveness is one of the keys to transformation. I'm a transformational specialist and I've been coaching it for 15 years. So I can tell you, without forgiveness, you have a big block. And it can create mental and emotional disease, physical issues, health problems, relationship problems, money problems. It's a huge barrier. When we forgive, spirit's idea of forgiveness, okay, is, and this is also your conscious idea and awareness of it, is that when you're forgiving, and Eckhart Tolle uses this, right? He writes The Power of Now and Stillness Speaks, which are the books that I require my mindset coaching clients to read, because it teaches you how to step into your power and how to get present. Forgiveness allows you to let go of the energy, frequency, and belief systems that are holding you from healing, growth, and transformation and manifesting what you want. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Forgiveness allows you to release the old energy, belief patterns, and frequency that are holding you where you are. They're keeping you in a holding pattern of not healing, of struggle and suffering, of not moving forward, of not manifesting what you want. So in order to really transform and transcend and move forward and manifest something new, better, and different, or even to create a change in the circumstances you didn't want to forgive, requires forgiveness. Okay. Hi, Melody Hart. Welcome. So when we forgive, we're not saying I'm okay with what happened. We're not saying it's acceptable and okay. We're not saying I'm all right with this happening again. What we're actually doing when we forgive is we're raising our frequency, standing in our power, and actually holding on to our personal power. Those things that are hardest for us to do are the most powerful. They give us power. They realign us with our true, authentic power. And forgiveness is one of those things. So if you need to heal, you need to move on, you're having trouble manifesting, you want to transform, forgiveness is not an option, it's a requirement. Okay. So the reason I posted the forgiveness card today, I drew it and it came up. So obviously there were people that needed that today, but it's powerful because without it, you can't transform and manifest something new and better. You can't change that thing that you didn't want to forgive, you see? So forgiveness also doesn't hold anybody else back. It only holds us back, right? So if someone has done something terrible to you or terrible to someone you love or whatever, you're actually giving them power by not forgiving them. The forgiveness frees and releases you and allows you to be powerful enough to transform circumstances moving forward. It doesn't actually affect the person or circumstance you're not wanting to forgive that much. It affects what you can do with it. What they do with it is up to them. That's their karma. That's their problem. But we somehow think we're punishing them and we're not giving them anything and we're not giving them the okay to commit that crime or that mistake again if we don't forgive them. It has nothing to do with them. Your forgiveness has nothing to do with them, whether they're asking and want your forgiveness or not. Forgiveness only has to do with you and your power to move forward. They can stay as evil or bad or cruel or blind and asleep as they want. But when you forgive, you create the power within yourself and within the world to transform and create something better, okay? To prevent those circumstances from happening again to or with someone else, okay? But that's up to you. And the ego says the opposite. The ego says, I have power over this person or circumstance that I don't want to forgive as long as I don't forgive them. And it's the opposite. So just remember what spirit is always trying to tell you, and your spirit guides are always trying to remind you, is that what the ego tells you is the opposite of what the truth is, which is why, since ego is synonymous with thought, which is synonymous with resistance, which is what creates all your troubles, it is better to go with what spirit is guiding of you, with your consciousness, with your heart, than what the ego is telling you. Okay, because otherwise it will reverberate back on you, and then you have the mental, emotional, physical health issues and relationship issues and whatever. Holding on and not forgiving becomes a real block in your life for everything that you desire, for everything that is the goodness that is coming to you already. Okay, so anyway, that was a long blurb from spirit. It's the type of thing I talk about with my coaching clients, but it's important for you guys to understand that. Let's see. Yes, stepping stones. Absolutely. Yes, you're welcome. Again, guys, for those of you that just popped on, Tammy did the Meet Your Spirit Guides this weekend and she loved it. She's going to write me a testimonial, I hope. But it was amazing. That is going to be July 27th. So don't forget, if you're wanting to meet your spirit guides and have them introduce themselves to you and get validation for it and learn how to connect with them moving forward, 10 people is all I'm taking for July. I'm only doing 10 people. So I will update that registration on my Facebook page today, but it's July 27th and it's first come, first serve. And then also I was telling everybody in July, I'm releasing the Awakening Your Intuition Metaphysical Sampler online course with a mastermind where you get to meet with me and a like-minded group of people once a week. It's going to be awesome. It's only going to be 90 days. So anyway, we have that going on as well. And the Meet Your Spirit Guides, and we have that event coming up. And then actually, I will be getting off here in just a couple minutes because at 4:00, I am getting on Veronica Jenkins' Find Me a Medium, and I am doing readings for 1 hour before I head to the barn. So anyway, so this is powerful conversation, guys. And don't forget, next week, Susie and I will be back again together here. I hope, I know at least I'll be here. I think Susie will be. Monday for Angels in Action. I will fix the banner. Sorry, Susie. I deleted our banner. It doesn't have any of your information on it right now. and none of our YouTube page. But if you guys like this, you can find our YouTube pages as well. I will post in the comments later, guys, the upcoming events in here. And I will be on today at 4 p.m. and tomorrow at 4 p.m. for Veronica Jenkins' group. I will be on Friday for Furball Friday, where we do nothing but animal stuff and animal readings as well. And don't forget, if you guys want to schedule a private reading with me, my contact information is on the banner. If you are interested in joining the Awakening Your Intuition 90-day metaphysical sampler group, I will be posting that, but you will need to message me and get on a small discovery call so I can make sure you're a good match. And I just want to, make sure it's what you're looking for. It'll be low cost and 90 days, and you're going to learn all about different aspects of metaphysical world and how it connects to the spiritual world. Build your confidence in your own intuition and get to be in a mastermind group once a week with us. So it'll be super fun. Anyway, guys, I'm going to pop off, and I will be on Veronica Jenkins' group at 4 p.m. today, EDT. Thank you all for joining me. I'll see you again later today, tomorrow, Friday, and next Monday. Mwah. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for joining me.